All right, good morning. Welcome to the New York session. I hope you're doing well. Today is Wednesday, 21st of January, 2021, and 2026. What year are we in? 2026. Right. As usual, let's see what the market has for us. At 1:30, we have Donald Trump speaking. Now, this is a speech, so it might not be like a news event that we will spend time to observe. Hence, we are not going to be observing it as we do with the normal news, because it's going to be a long speech. Now, the effect of that speech might cause some changes in the market, as we've recently seen. The market is doing some crazy moves, which is probably as of a result of what is going on around everywhere, global news. So whatever I'm going to say probably might change during the course of today. They also have World Economic Forum annual meeting going on. I think it's been going on for the entire week. So that is also something that is going to affect the market as well. So be careful with whatever you are doing. As long as you are with the high time frame, you'll be fine. But at the same time, just a reminder to a little bit cautious. Have your stop losses in place. Have your take profit in place, so that in case of any crazy move, you will be all right. Okay. All right, so dollar index, we can see yesterday we had a quick rejection at the area we spoke about, which is the 618 to 70.5 retracement level. We had a quick rejection on the 1 hour time frame, I think, and then we didn't do much. This morning, London didn't do much. We kind of went up and then quickly came back down. So currently we are attacking the London session low. The New York session low, which is over here. Asia. Now, most of the time when we take out the Asian session low, it can cause the market to reverse, because we have some liquidity below it, and when the liquidity is being grabbed, definitely the market will move. So let's see, maybe with the Donald Trump speech within the next 20 minutes, the market will move below the Asian session low. It will move back up. I like the movement down. I like the way the market went down to attack this low, right? And then it's time of the day. So let's see, because yesterday's price action, Tuesday's price action, we did show that we came back above the, so maybe today might see not a movement down, but either consolidation or probably a move up. Okay, simply because of the range that I discussed yesterday over here. Now, in terms of maybe using this as a trade idea, probably wait for the last down candle. Okay, wait for this last down candle to be traded above. So treat the 1 hour candle as a daily, right? Treat this one, not this one, treat this one here as a daily. See this one as a last down candle. So the last, this one here supposed to give us a change in the state of delivery. If it does, then you can look for a move to the upside, because then this one will become a breaker. Then we can look for the buy on the dollar index and subsequently go over and look for sells on the euro. Now, if you want to go with the order flow on the 1 hour, currently we are below this down candle, so this will be a pullback to the down candle, and then you will expect a continuation to the downside. You can play with both sides, where you sell this, and if it stops you out, then you switch and go long. But based on the daily, right, and the weekly, I prefer waiting for the long. Okay, I prefer waiting for the long. I could be wrong. Now, obviously, everything that I share here, it's my opinion, right? It's not the right way, but it's just my opinion. And I've thought a lot of stuff on here, so you can also have your own opinion about what I'm saying, and then you can, go with whatever feels right for you. Okay, don't always go with what I say, because that is not a good thing to do. Okay, you have to have your own input into whatever you're doing. So I'm just offering both sides, and then see what you see. Definitely mine involves a lot of waiting, and if you cannot wait for that to happen and you want to go with this, that's fine. I personally cannot go with that because of the weekly and the daily. So if you want to trade maybe the short term, you are a scalper, you are a probably day trader, you can go with this. Okay, I'm not scalping and I'm not day trading. That is why I cannot go with that. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. So that will mean euro, same thing. Either you go long as a day trader or a scalper, or for me, short term to swing, I'll wait for that to happen and then I'll go short. Okay. British pound has been relatively weak. If we go onto the H4, you can see it's weak. We've traded through this last down candle. We've pulled back to the London gap, and currently it's being respected. So there's more reason why market is not, or there's more reason why I'm expecting what I'm expecting. because if dollar was weak, both the pound and the euro are meant to be going up, but currently if euro is going up, pound is not doing it because there is more weakness in pound. Hence, the strength that we see in euro is the result of this pair, which is the euro pound. And I think the last time we looked at the higher time frame, we just recently took out a 3-month low. So I'm not surprised this is happening. Yesterday we talked about that. If we close bullish, then we will break this up candle. Okay, and then if I go to the 3 months, you see what I mean. That low, we just recently took it out over here. So this move is not random. With yesterday's close, today was likely gonna go up. And on the higher time frame, on the 4-hour time frame, there's really nothing here. Maybe somewhere there, that is when price might encounter a little bit of resistance. But we have equal highs up here and then up there. So I think buying will be good on this pair. Yeah, I think buying will be good on this pair. This up candle, this is something similar that I was talking about on the dollar index, right? Where we count down, we take out the Asian session low, and then we reject and then break the up candle. This means that price is currently bullish on this pair, so you can look for either a pullback and then buy. Yeah, look for a pullback and then buy, trade to that H4 fair value gap. Here, and then we're gonna go for that high. That high comes in at 0.87968, and then the fair value gap comes in at 0.87493. So if we pull back, that is going to be your first objective. Yeah. In terms of pullback, maybe somewhere here or there. In here, between 0.87253 to 0.87197. In between, that can be used as a, and then definitely use the down candle as a protection, then look for continuation. Now if we don't, and we go and hit that level and we leave a fair value gap in here, then I'll suggest don't do anything, wait for tomorrow and then hunt for the same kind of pattern that is happening here, which is waiting for the London session tomorrow morning to trade into that gap that will be created today, and then using that as an entry for continuation to the upside. Okay, so that is that for euro pound. Gold, we managed to get to that 4825 level. So weekly objective is done. Now let me see if I can go on to the weekly. Okay, so on the weekly, that one too is done. This down candle projected to the upside, that is exactly that level, 4872. And then if I project this one, we've also hit that 2%. So currently gold is overextended, so be careful if you are buying gold. I wouldn't suggest buying it today if you've achieved these targets. Be content unless you have something on from the previous day, then that is fine. Okay, so if you have put it maybe on Monday when we discussed it here, or Tuesday when we discussed it here, and we've reached the target and you still have something on, then by all means, you can keep something on for, I don't know how far it's going to go, because currently it's all-time highs. So maybe the full figure 5K. Okay, the full figure 5K. Maybe that's where price can reach for. So you can keep something on for that full figure 5K. All right, but apart from that, there is nothing in terms of targets I can give, because we've reached all the targets that I've gave. So 5K will be psychological figure that price can reach for. And if you are still long, then by all means keep something for that. If you are not, this is not the time to be buying. Okay, this is not the time to be buying, because price is extremely overbought. It's extremely overextended. So a quick snap back down can happen. So if you are engaging, be mindful. Crude oil, I think I like that. Crude oil is one of the pairs that, if you understand it, trading it will be so fun. And what I've observed, I think last week I did make mention of it. If you look at how it takes out the Asian session low and reject, takes out the Asian session low and reject, take out the Asian session low and reject, then you just wait for London to take out the Asian session low and then you buy, if you understand what I'm saying. Okay, so last week it did the same thing. Anytime it took out the Asian session low, went up, Asian session low went up, Asian session low went up. This is the only day it didn't. Then here went up, then the pullback, as we discussed last week, that you're going to go back up. Then we started Monday, Asian session low, rejection. So I'm expecting it to continue going up to the targets that I gave last week with this candle: 62.92, 66.43. Those are the upside objectives for crude oil. So on the H4, all this move here yesterday was a pullback and you're going up. Now I like today as in I like today is showing that commitment of continuing going up with price taking out the Asian session low. This on the 2-hour time frame, we do have an auto block here. The 2-hour time frame, we do have another block there. So if this New York session pulls back, that can be a potential setup for continuation to the upside. And 62.88 will be your upside objective if we pull back. Or on the 1 hour, basically buying this breaker for the continuation. If it doesn't happen, then wait. New York session will give a fair value gap, similar to what I mentioned on the Euro Pound. New York session will give a fair value gap. Tomorrow morning, you're gonna wait for same pattern. Asia will consolidate, run down, London, rejection, and you buy. Asia consolidate. So tomorrow, if we leave a gap here, Asian session consolidate, run down New York, London session into the gap, then you buy for expansion to the upside. Okay, ES. With how the market is shaped on the weekly, it's not giving me much in terms of what it wants to do, because we don't have any fair value gap. This was the last down candle. We are trading below that. On the monthly, it's rejecting the previous month high. So from a monthly perspective, we could be going for the previous month low. We could be going for a previous month low, 6771.50. This low here, and then we also have a nice fair value gap. So with that, maybe today New York session between 2 and 4, we will be coming for 6771. Okay, hence this last up candle here and the gap here can be used for a continuation to the downside. So on the 15 minutes, if between 2 and 2:15 or between 2 and 2:30, you want to see something like this, then you sell to come there. Okay, it's not time yet. It's now currently 1:33, but at exactly 2, start anticipating a small move back up, maybe a quick one to run the liquidity or any liquidity. Okay, maybe, I don't know if this will drop and then at 2 pull back here. Okay, or it will not drop and then at 2 it will move back in here, then we move down. That is what you're waiting for. So wait for that, and then we see what is going to happen going forward. Okay, all right, let's move on to Australian dollar. So we've come back and attacked this high one more time. Now, the way it's doing it is suspicious. Okay, the way it's doing it is suspicious because of the 1, 2, 3 up candles coming to attack this high. We have a nice down candle here. I don't want it to reject immediately and come down, because then that will change the narrative. I want that candle to stay like that. So no more movement, or partially reject this high. So on the daily, maybe come down a little bit and stay there. Then tomorrow or tonight, early hours tomorrow morning, I think we have the unemployment news on Australian dollar at 12:30. Then price will reject and come down. Now, when it does that, then this candle, this down candle here, okay, can become a breaker. The last one can become an order block, because like I said, this is a high. So we're not supposed to come there. So if you do, we need to reject. But because this is a daily time frame, that is the narrative that I'm perceiving. Okay, that's the narrative that I'm perceiving. So let's see. At the same time, over here, we have a fair value gap. So this candle's low to this candle's high. That is a gap. So we are trading into that gap. That one. Okay, so we should stay in here basically on the daily. You can see on the RSI, we do have a lot of divergence going on in here, and this looks to me like a simple Wyckoff distribution phase. I'm not using Wyckoff, but it looks like we are distributing, and the pullback will be imminent. Weekly time frame is confirming that. So on the weekly, we have this as a last down candle. We run up, we broke down. This is a breaker. We are currently inside that weekly fair value gap. This candle's high to that candle's low. That is where we at. Okay, so likely tonight or early hours this morning, something will happen here. Dollar yen, I think I spoke about that yesterday. Until we get to somewhere down here, just be patient and wait. Okay. All right, let's go over to cryptos. So now we have completely rejected the gap, and yesterday I gave you 89 to 89,200. That has been smashed. So the next one is 80,052. Sorry, 80,524. We will be going down. Okay, this is now going to be an order block. I like the candle that broke that low. Very, very aggressive. So we will not be coming up anytime soon. hence look for continuation to the downside. Same thing with Ethereum, we are looking for 2620.41 as the next downside objective. Look for continuation to the downside. Solana, nice rejection from the monthly gap. It broke down, so same thing. 116.82 downside objective. That one, not interested. Hype, favorite one, they've smashed that 22.20. So I think I can project this. They've touched the extension to 0.27, so 0.618 will be the next downside objective, so 18.36 will be a nice objective to reach for. All right, and then lastly, Chachki. Let me go. You can see how this one is not doing anything. Why? Because that's what I said the last time. This one looks a little bit bullish. So maybe selling this will not be the best idea, right? Hence, Chachki, leave that alone. Okay, so that is that for that. We do have a small movement to the upside on AI16Z. Let me bring it up. We do have a small movement happening on AI16Z, so you know it's coming up. With all the drop that has happened on the cryptos, right? This one has not dropped. Why? Because it doesn't have any more momentum to the downside. So even with the drops that are happening, this is actually going up. So that's good news. Maybe when Bitcoin is able to attack the 80, I think it's, let me drop a check. The 80,406 level, when Bitcoin is able to attack that and a pullback is happening, this is probably gonna expand up. So let's see what's gonna happen, okay? Because I think there might be good news coming for AI16Z. Okay, so let's go back. And I think we do have a request. So let's go and check that for the person asking. Let me put the trading view back. Okay, so let's look at for GBP CAD. That's the request. Okay, so GBP CAD. Actually, let's go over here. GBP CAD. All right, from a weekly perspective, monthly perspective, 3 months perspective, Okay, so from a 3 month perspective, this low looks like that's where we're gonna come, because we took out this high, rejected on the monthly. You can see a nice rejection. On the weekly, we went down below this down candle. So all of this was a pullback into that auto block on the weekly, which was here. All of this was a pullback. On a daily, that should be OTE, this high to this low. So we have the break over there. And now we've confirmed that we are going down. So 1.83253 is the downside objective. Nice equal lows over here. So, but today, if you are selling short today, I think it's a little bit too late. Price has dropped significantly already. So maybe a sell tomorrow. Probably a sell tomorrow will be ideal. Not today, because we've rebalanced the gap on the daily. That is why price is bouncing. Okay, we've rebalanced that gap. That is why price is bouncing over here. And based on time of the day, I don't recommend selling, because we've dropped down significantly for today. Hence, if anything, wait for tomorrow, and then you can look for a sell to continue going down. Yeah, even on the weekly, we've balanced the gap, so selling today would not be the best idea. All right. Let me see on the H4. Yeah, beginning of the week was a very nice selling opportunity. I mean, very, very nice selling opportunity. And it also gave another opportunity yesterday over here with here. Nice run up, big rejection, pullback right here yesterday. So if you did not sell that one and that, or even today, then stay put. Right now, not the best idea. Maybe a pullback to this London gap. Okay, so my network dropped just for a few minutes over there. But yeah, the movement back in here can then give you another opportunity to sell short, to go down. Okay, so that's about it, and I think that is all I have for this morning. Thank you for tuning in. I'll see you same time tomorrow for another live session. Until then, take care. Have a wonderful day.